And this is crude yesterday again. I'm going to show you just a 5 Simrenko, my favorite chart to trade off of with order entry bar. And what I want to go over is time of day from 1:30 to 2:30 Eastern Standard Time. All right. So there's a couple ways to trade. You can trade the morning session. Really, the activity early in the morning starts around 2:30, 2 a.m. in the morning, all the way to typically 11 a.m. 2 a.m. if you're overseas to 11 a.m. is a good time to trade pretty much all futures markets. And then when the New York finally comes in, 7:45 to around 10:30 in the morning is a really good time to trade. And then really a lot of chop comes in from around 10:30 to 10:45 a.m. until around 1:30. Then I got a time of day trading from 1:30 to 2:30. You see a lot of volume pick up between 1:30 to 2:30 again, and you see a lot of big moves into the crude close. Crude closes at 2:30 Eastern Standard Time. It opens up at 9 a.m. Eastern, closes at 2:30. So we see some good moves into the crude close quite often with the J signal, and yesterday was no exception. If you look at the crude oil, a nice little setup again. We had a trend change, nice ABC short. You had your beautiful fib dots that fired off. And then look at this. You get the red arrow, and then to confirm the red arrow that you're in an Elliott wave, possible wave 3 down short. There's your order flow bar, and it's a second bar after the arrow. And I can't be clear on this enough, is that this is an imbalance of orders right here, meaning we're looking for an imbalance where they're trying to lower the bids and lower the offer here, and they're trying to mark the market down. And how they confirm that, you confirm that there's an imbalance to the downside is that you see a close, the candle close of the body, the second body of the candle closes below. Real nice, easy trade to see yesterday, both of them. Really clear to see, not hard to see at all. You had the fib dots that fired off automatically. You had the arrow that fired off automatically. Then you just close below the low of the candle of the arrow. If it closes below the low of the candle of the arrow, the whole candle, wicks included, right here. If it closes below the low, it's got to close below. It can't wick, right? It's got to close. A partial body candle close got to close below that arrow. If it closes, that's an order flow bar short. And that lets you know right here that you have an imbalance in the market. The market is just strictly supply and demand. That's all it is. Think of it that way. If you do that, you're going to do very, very well off this time frame. Now, the 5 Simrenko is my favorite time frame to trade off of. Our accuracy's been incredible this week again. If you just traded the 5 Sim this week and traded nothing else, look at your profit and loss statement. It is padded greatly this week off the 5 Sim. We've had some beautiful moves just on crude oil, just trading off of one time frame, off of one setup called the number 3 setup. This is called a number 3. If there's one setup you're going to learn in the trading room, okay, is a number 3. If you're not happy with your profit and loss statement, stop trading all setups and just trade the number 3 and focus on one time frame. And I can keep telling you that until you do it. You're going to find out this is the best setup you can get with J signal, with the order flow bar, because I'm getting an inflection point right here with the arrow and the fib dots automatically fire off with the trend change, and I'm getting the order flow that tells me where the imbalance is to the exact bar. You can't get better than that. This is just a beautiful setup. Then we come down again, and we come to another ABC 1, 2, 3 pattern short. This is actually a 5 wave down. And if you look right here, here's your arrow, there's your fib dot, there's your arrow. Now check it out. Go 2 bars. 1, 2. Does the second bar close below the low of that arrow? Yes, the low bar. What's included? Look at the low of the bar. There's your partial candle close. There's your move down again. So we were into the crude close. It had really 2 big moves again yesterday, 1:30 to 2:30. I highly suggest you start looking at that. This morning, we've had one setup this morning off of crude oil. You don't get a lot of trades. Here's the since midnight, we've only had one setup. Same thing. It's the same old setup, guys. There's your retracement right into HVA. God bless it. Love that HVA. That's actually a number 1 and a number 3 together. I mean, just a gorgeous looking setup this morning already. And then, do you have order flow bar confirmation on the trade? This one didn't move that much, but still moved for us. There's your order flow bar confirmation, the second bar after the low of the arrow. Easy peasy. Right there. You can see right there is your order confirmation bar. So the accuracy is really uncanny with this thing once you apply the principles that I'm teaching you. And there we go again on the order flow bar. So, you know, really, really nice setups in the morning. We had beautiful setups yesterday. Right here was our setups yesterday. I mean, just gorgeous setup yesterday. If you missed yesterday's trading, I mean, look at this. Look at that order flow bar that got us in on this big giant move up on the order imbalance. You had the blue fib dots with an uptrend. There's my beautiful arrow. There's the high of the bar. You take the high of the bar, go 2 bars out, 1, 2. If it closes above that high of the arrow, you got an order imbalance. That means there's more demand than supply. Market moves up. Then we come back into a sell signal. When you know it, calls the exact high. There's my arrow. There's my fib dots. Wait for the arrow. There's a low of the arrow of the bar. There's my close below. There it tells you there's more supply than demand. It's as simple as that, and the market tanks. Went right down to my number of 82.05. So when you trade this, and this is a day before that, I mean, I can keep going on and on and on. Right here, here we are here the day before that this week. Had a beautiful arrow. There's a low of the arrow. There's the order entry bar. There's more supply than demand. I mean, don't make it more difficult than this. If you traders are not getting the profits that you want on trading all kinds of setups, narrow it down to one setup right there on one time frame, because it is nailing it. And it's consistent. Now check this out. Then we get a fib dot. Let's tell you when not to get in. There's your fib dot. There's your arrow. Let's take the low of the arrow. Here it is. Does it close below? No, it does not. Look at this. It wicks. Wicks are for amateur and novice traders. We need a partial candle close. That tells me the second bar, there's 1, 2 after the arrow, does not close below the low of the arrow. So it tells me there's no possible wave 5 pattern down. That is a non-trade. So you can get out of the stops with this thing too. That tells me that is a possible stop trade. No thank you. All right? All week it's been like this. Here's one again. Oh my goodness, we got something right here. Here's our buy signal. This is the one I did live. I showed you in my live. I did 6 contracts live on this one. There's the arrow. 2 bars later. There it is. There's my more demand than supply. So you can see all week it's been the same setup all week long. There's my beautiful buy signal. This one over $1,000 trade. Right there. Okay? Go the next day, same old setup. Here we go again. Time of day trade, 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock, 1:30 to 2 o'clock. You're seeing my pattern here, guys. Don't make this difficult. Don't try to pull your hair out. There's the arrow. There's a fib dot. See if we got an order entry bar. Oh, my goodness gracious. Imagine that. There's more demand. There's supply. Here we go. There's your entry bar. Market takes off 1:30 to 2:30, time of day trade. All right? So, it's clockwork. Here's the same thing. There's my Fibonacci dot. There's the arrow. Does it close below the low of that arrow? Yep. There's your order entry bar short. Here we go again. Second bar, more supply than demand. There's your entry bar. I mean, you can see it's been one hell of a week. I mean, it's been an incredible week, guys. Incredible week if you just pay attention to order flow. It's been just one heck of a week.